Okay, next we have Rashid who's going to talk about you, your product, and the customer. Do you need a machine?
Correct it once again. The topic what I want to talk today is you, your product, and a question mark. Maybe at the end of this particular thought process, what I'm going to share today, you can tell what exactly is question mark all about. It's been quite a while that I have been into this technical communication and trying to figure out what best can I do. I came across a lot of things like, when I started writing, people said, you must write properly. And I said, okay, fine, I'll behave myself. I'll try to write it proper way. And I learned it, by the way. And later on, I came to know that, a lot of new things are coming out. Data is coming out. XML is coming out. Structured writing, implementing this, implementing that. I was completely lost. Where do I go? Where do I belong? What do I do? And slowly I thought, okay, fine. I just tapped my back myself. I said, okay, fine. You learned writing. You will learn it as and when the time passes by. But the major thing what was haunting me all the time was the legacy. The word legacy really plays a major role for any technical documentation. And I started my career with a legacy document. And there are two babies what I nurture even now. I have two projects which are going on legacy from past 7 years, I mean to say. And there was not much scope that I can do about it. Anytime and everything what they have to update, they just come, Rashid, you just update it. Whether irrespective it is update required or not required, they don't see that. But I also play a major role sometimes that, I say, okay, there is no choice that I have, I'll do it for you, let it be. Then I came to know that, one of the products what they have, the customer was asking, the product is not nice. I'm going to say, let it be documentation part, revamp the entire product. Then the management thought of revamping the product, and again the manager came and they said, Rashid, you need to write the document. I said, okay, I'll write the document. What do you want? He said, I want a PDF. I said, how did you decide about it? Did you do customer analysis, audience analysis? Previously we gave the same thing. Customer said, it's wrong. And then he said, yeah, we have somebody talking about it. I don't know what to do. And I said, okay, fine. Let me just try to reuse the content what you have already created. I just wanted to reuse and make it available to the customer in an intuitive way. Then I proposed a solution to them and they said, no, there is no budget at all for this one. Then I thought, okay, fine, maybe this is the wrong person to speak. Then I thought, okay, the next big thing that was happening is human factors effect, which is happening everywhere in every company. And they can't skip this particular process because it all talks about the human interaction with the machine. Then when I spoke to them and gave my thought process, they said, yes, excellent, we'll try to do it. Okay, let me just tell you what thought process I had there. I wanted to make the help available within the application. Why unnecessarily the user need to click help and go to that particular option, open the help, search the details, go, okay, read it, go back to the application, perform the task. Why? I thought, okay, why not, if it's a desktop application, I wanted a small intuitive pane which acts intelligently. It displays the content intelligently as and when you select the options. I have the content ready, I have the fields, description of each and every field, every window, the task that can be performed. Everything is ready. I just need to display it. That was my thought process. When I spoke to them, they said, yeah, the pane can be created, the code can be written so that the content from that particular source can be reflected here. I don't know whether the images can be done or not, but still I was pretty sure that the content can be displayed. Then my thought process came along and I said, okay, there need to be one more search option that need to be there on the top, wherein the user can search the contextual information for each and every window that is there. That information is always there. If the user is interested, he'll search. Then I added a search button out there. Then I thought, okay, why not the search for that particular, sure. For the next window what it is opened, why not the search for that particular thing. Then the small search field was operated there. So when the user clicks a field, the description will definitely show there right in the beginning. Only thing is that it will be so intuitive that the user can click to view it, else it will be a hidden pane directly. Then this particular thought process really enhanced the way that people thought how to display the content and all. So I thought this is one of the ways that we can use the legacy content to display in a new way. The bottom thing what I want to tell you is, it is not the complexity of a project or the product or the technology that you work or the ways that you do and give the finished product. It always is the simple and smart thing, one small thing that you want to do to display it in a better way and make things available to the customer. That's all I have. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ashish, for that insightful knowledge. I'm sure we can gain something out of this.